Right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a confession. So the last flight was flight 90, and it was from Equatorial Guinea to Gabon. Having looked at my notes and the route and the list of countries I've got, that was wrong. It should have been Equatorial Guinea to Sao Tome and Principe, and then Sao Tome and Principe to Gabon. So what's gone wrong is there was two drafts of the route. So there was a first draft. Do I have to explain? There was a first draft and then there was a second draft. That makes two. Right. So on the first draft, it was Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Sao Tome and Principe. Then, having looked at the route again some months later and really trying to refine it and make it as logistically, so I'm not coming back on myself and everything, I'd made tweaks. And so in the final draft, it went Equatorial Guinea, Sao Tome and Principe, Gabon. And why it did that is because Equatorial Guinea, well, the capital, the Malabo, the capital, was an island off the coast, if you remember, with the mountain behind me. It was beautiful, beautiful scenery there. Anyway, then what a better route is to stay off the mainland, off the African mainland, just go south to this other island, which is Sao Tome and Principe, and then come back east into Libreville, Gabon, right? So it makes logistical sense because we're not coming back on ourselves. We're going south, staying off the mainland, so basically over the ocean to island, then back to the mainland east, and then heading east again onto Republic of Congo, right? So what I've done is I've gone to the wrong country, and it is not a big problem. The only thing is I will be coming back on myself because now I'm heading west out to Sao Tome and Principe, and then I'll be heading east, probably flying over this runway or near enough about over this airport to get to the the Republic of Congo. It's a complicated situation. Republic of Congo and the Democratic Republic of Congo, which are right next door to each other with a river in between. What kind of political situation that is probably a very tense one. But so basically, I'm going to have to come back on myself because I have gone to the wrong country. So welcome to Flight 91. This is Libreville to Sao Tome in countries Gabon to Sao Tome and Principe. It should have been Sao Tome and Principe to Gabon. You live and learn. Listen, there's always going to be... It doesn't matter. It's still all 195 countries. It's still all 195 capital cities. But I realised yesterday, I looked at the list and I've gone to country 79 before I've gone to country 78. Because in countries, even though we're 91 flights in, we've visited 78 countries. But this is country 79. So I've gone country 77 to country 79, like an absolute lemon. So let's now go to country 78. Oh, what a lemon. Right, anyway, I hope I've explained that as well as I can do. Let's get the plane set up for departure. I've not got any music because this is a 25-minute flight, so we're not going to get up to cruising altitude. We might only get as high as about 30,000 feet, something like that, 30,000 feet. I'll judge it on the radar. I'll have a look once we get up there, how high I go before levelling out and coming back down. So yeah, just a short hop back across east to another island. So it should have been island to island, but I've gone island, mainland, and another island. It should have been island, then south to another island, and then east to back to the mainland. But anyway, the world tour continues. The world tour continues anyway. So this is Libreville to Sao Tome. Sao Tome International Airport is where we're heading. And yeah, local time. We're in the UK time zone here, but it'll be an hour behind by the time we get there. So 11:42. So call it 11:50 a.m. Departure time. And yeah, short little 25-minute flight. I'll probably keep comms on, just talk my way through this flight because it's just going to be up and down. Not a lot to say in between, but get the safety demo on now, which should play, and we'll get ourselves up in the air and get ourselves back en route. But yeah, it's one of them. I'm going to be flying back over this airport probably to get to the next destination, which is never ideal. You know, I want to do it in the right way round. But anyway, mistakes have been made, but the plane is in one piece. We're in one piece, and the world tour continues. Well, that was just a little explainer of where I've gone wrong. See, I could have come on and just carried on like nothing's happened, and no one would be any the wiser. But I'll admit to my mistakes. I've flown to the wrong country, and not for the first time in this world tour. Actually, I landed in Switzerland when I thought it was Liechtenstein as well in a helicopter. So it's not the first time I've landed in the wrong country. But that one was worse because I thought I was in one country and I landed in another country. So that was really bad. This was something that I realised the next day, that actually I've gone to the wrong location. Is that worse? To realise the next day, hang on a minute, I've gone to Gabon when I should have gone to Sao Tome. Anyway, it is what it is, man. Let's get on with it. Flawless 195 welcomes each and every one of you. Take your seats. Let's get the plane set up and let's get out of here and get to the country that we should have gone to last time. All right, thank you, and I will speak to you. Well, I'll keep the audio on. Yeah, Mullocks, let's do it. Let me. Let's turn that up so I can hear a bit of what's going on, and we'll set the plane up, get the safety demo on. Okay, let's do it.
Please pay attention to
ladies and gentlemen.
Instructions, including the following safety procedures.
Yeah.
The safety card found in your seat
what altitude shall we set here? I'll set 30.
Routes, oxygen masks,
32.
jackets, and the brace position
We might not get as high as 32, but I can edit it on the fly. That's how good I am.
There are 8 emergency exits.
8 emergency exits, not 6, not 7, not 9, 8.
Please be aware that your nearest usable exit may be behind you.
Yeah, gotta always remember that.
Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit.
If I switch the lighting on.
Emergency, leave all baggage on board.
Yeah, you've not even got any baggage on board, imagine that.
Adjusted and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on.
Yeah.
We recommend that you keep it fastened at all times.
Thank you.
If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you.
Swear down.
Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen.
Swear down.
Put the mask over your nose and mouth.
Swear down.
And breathe normally.
Yeah.
Hold the
Don't
mask
panic.
in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust.
Are you sure?
Put on your own mask before helping others.
Yeah, I swear.
If we land on water,
If we land on water, world tour's over, mate.
Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and click together. Pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside.
No, because that's going to cause havoc,
when
mate.
Outside, inflate it by pulling the toggle.
Yeah.
If it fails to inflate or needs topping up,
Then you
blow
fucked
into
it.
this tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention.
Swear down. I bet the light doesn't work. You know what I mean?
With
Gutted.
light jackets for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrests
Get your
down,
tray table
window
stowed.
blinds open,
What you
and
doing?
seatbelt fastened. Further information regarding
Further
your safety on board
information.
can be found in the in-flight magazine.
Yeah, have a look
We
at
hope
it.
You have a great flight.
A great flight. It's always a little bit fake, that bit, isn't it? Have a great flight. Right, okay. Let's sort myself out here now. I'm gonna have to back up, aren't I? I am, aren't I? I'm gonna have to back up, aren't I? Yeah. Let's back up then. I'm backing up and... Oh, we got a wing strike. No. They designed those trucks so it's under the wing, you know what I mean? Right, we've got a lot of vehicles going on here, a lot of taxis going on. Right, that's enough. That's enough reverse, isn't it? Ready to taxi, mate. You better believe it. Let's get out. We're going to go out this way. Yeah. Don't worry, I know where I'm going. And I've been riding on a ghost train, where the cars are screaming slang. I don't know why I've got that stuck in there. So we're going to have to get onto the runway here and go up to the end and turn around, I think. I'm not going to... Yeah, I'm not going to go up there because I could end up at a dead end, to be honest. So we're going to... hopefully it'll request takeoff when I stop here, before then going up the runway and pulling the 180. Hopefully get clearance now. With a bit of luck. And we don't. So let's try and manually do that. Yeah, connect to Libreville Tower. That's the one. Request takeoff. Thank you very much. I've never been denied takeoff. Imagine that. No. Get back to your gate, you fucking lemon. You shouldn't even be here. Cleared for takeoff. Always. Even if I wasn't, guess what? I'm going. Right. I don't need the map this zoomed in anymore, do I? Are your flaps working? Oh yeah, flaps. All the flaps are working, mate. What about these ones? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's not a live runway, is it? Because we had that. Was it Equatorial Guinea? It was a live runway. We had planes coming in and out, planes taxiing in and out, which was bizarre. Because, like I said in the last flight, I have that switched off, so that basically I'm in some sort of... Well, it's still online because it's loading live data, but it's offline in terms of there's no other air traffic dipping about. It just makes the whole thing more manageable in terms of data usage. It makes the whole thing laggy. And like I said, it means that ATC are basically in constant communication with you, which is fine in real life, but in a sim, it's a bit much. The constant updates from ATC about where other aircraft are in the air, it gets a bit much after a while. So just being on my own in the skies is peace and quiet. And that's how I ran it. But in Equatorial Guinea, mate, there were planes dipping about everywhere. I was thinking, well, they've not signed up to me being on my own, have they? But it looks like we're on our own here. Back to normal proceedings in Gabon. Right, let's pull the 180 and get ourselves lined up. How long is this runway, by the way? Have we got much? It's not looking particularly long, is it? Shall we? I don't know whether to back up there. You know what I mean? Give it reverse. No, I think we'll be all right. It's not. I don't think it's dangerously short runway. I think we're all right. To be honest, we'll just go from it. Go for it from here. Okay. Right. Make sure everything's set. So we set the altitude to 32, and yeah, as soon as we take off, we'll be heading west out towards Sao Tome and Principe. Okay, let's do this. Cabin crew seats for takeoff. Oh. You wouldn't think I was 91 flights in, would you? Can't even control the camera. Here we go then, flight 91 of 210, Libreville to Sao Tome, FOOL to FPST. Whoa, and a swerve. And let's go full power. Let's go. It's quite a bit of it. It's quite a strong crosswind. Right to left. So I have to counteract that a little bit with the rudder. And getting up to speed now. V1. Rotate. Gear up. And flap 0. And back to the west. Watching the speed. Some thick cloud. Like I say, 25-minute flight, so we're not going to get up to cruising altitude. Not even going to have any music on or anything like that. I'm just going to talk my way through it now. Start leveling it out. Speed looking pretty good at 240 knots. Want to be at around 250. So yeah, let's just level that out now. As we get ourselves back onto the flight plan, 5,000 feet. We're a bit slow, so I'll put the nose down slightly. We're a bit steep, and then we'll come back over this way a little bit just to line ourselves up with the flight plan. And we are very steep, we're a bit slow here, so we'll put the nose down a bit. 7,000 feet. Speed coming back up now. Okay, this looks okay, so we'll we're even going a bit too fast now, so pull up slightly now. And straighten up. Yeah, we can start climbing a bit more. Getting ready for the autopilot switch over at 10,000 feet. If you don't know, I'm going a bit fast, so the nose will go up, and it'll probably give me a wild swerve, even though we're bang on line with the flight plan. Here comes the big swerve. Autopilot engaged. Oh, it's smooth. Oh, a little bit of a... No, that's fine. That's better than most autopilot transitions. Some of them can be a bit wild, but there we go. So now we will switch the lights off, landing lights off. We'll come down on the power to this notch here. Zoom out on the map, give us a better idea of where we are, where we're going. Okay, and then we will... Now, let's see if we zoom out to here. Yeah, we can already see the final destination is about 130 miles out. You can see there, FPST. Just zoom in a bit there. So... So we might get up to about 30,000 feet, something like that. Now the flight's stable and we've got no more turns coming up. Switch the seatbelt signs off. Have a look at exterior view. Always like to do a little pan round. Don't know why, but can't really see much. A bit cloudy today. We're heading out back off the African mainland to the west. But yeah, I should have, because I was on an island I was on an island. I might be able to show you on the VFR map what I've done here. So I was up there. I was there, and what I've done is I've come back to the mainland here and then gone across to this island. Whereas I should have gone from that island there, from Malabo, Equatorial Guinea. I should have just come south like this and come sort of southwest and then gone here and then gone east to Libreville there, because after Libreville we're then heading sort of over this way, I think. I don't know if we're going north. I think it's probably over in this direction. So basically I'm having to come back on myself now. So it's not ideal, is it? And it makes the flight longer as well. But yeah, I'll be coming back on myself, whereas I should have gone from that island to that island and then east to here and then east again, or southeast, whatever it may be. So you can see my mistake now. I hope I've explained that well enough. You can see what I've done wrong. It's not a problem. Listen, in the grand scheme of things, it's still all 195 countries. It's still all 195 capitals. You know, whether it's in the right order or what. It's just putting myself out a little bit, but it's not, you know, oh, the world tour's over because I went there before I went there. It's absolutely fine. Right, let's check on here what we're saying in terms of. So you see where D-cell is now? That's about 100 miles out. That's where we want to be descending if we're at 39,000 feet. So I don't think we're going to get that high. Yeah, when we're 100 miles out, we want to be starting the descent if we're at 39,000 feet or 38,000 feet. But because I'm not going to get that high, I've got to work out. I've got to work it out how high we can go. I'll stay in this view for a few minutes, I think, is the wisest thing to do. We've set up to go to 32. It might not be a bad idea, that. Let's see. Don't need to do anything else, do I, with the plane at the moment? We're all under control. About 120 miles out from the destination now. Still obviously climbing. But yeah, it just means as well that with me going to Gabon before Sao Tome, that the Sao Tome to Republic of the Congo flight will be half an hour longer than it would have been, basically, and I'm coming back on myself, so you know, it's not the logistically perfect route, but you know what I mean. We the main thing is not crashed it. You know, that's the main thing. We're in one piece, 91 flights in, and we've still not had any error messages about damaging the plane, which is quite unbelievable, actually. It's quite a streak, really. There's probably not many people can. Well, the people that are hardcore sim nerds, yeah, okay, but people that play the game casually, like, are gonna get the odd sort of crash landing going on or whatever. But no, we're still going quite unbelievably. Right, what are we at now? We're getting up to 30,000 feet. We could go a bit higher, couldn't we? We could go as high as about 34, really. Let's see. Let's see about going to 34. Let's see about going to 34. Yeah, so it's not going to be quite up at 38, 39, but yeah, let's go to 34, level it out, and then start coming back down. And you know, we might be down at 7, because I always set the plane to come down to 7 because it's high enough where you can have a look and be in no danger of being too low. It's also low enough where you can, if you need to, you can come down to 3,000 feet for final approach pretty quickly in a couple of minutes. So I like to come down to 7 and evaluate the situation. It's a habit that I've had for a long time, for as long as I can remember. And it works out quite well, generally speaking, to sort of have that 2-stage descent where you can, if you come down to 7 and have a look, I don't feel too bad about cruising at 7,000 feet for a few minutes because it's high enough where it's not silly. You know, cruising around at 3,000 feet's a bit ridiculous, really. It's a bit unprofessional. It's a bit unrealistic to be cruising around at 3, but cruising around at 7, I don't feel too bad about it. So I always come down to 7. And then if I'm on my way to 7 and we're looking like we're a bit high, I can always tweak it and come down straight down to 3. And so it just gives me a chance. Usually how the flights work is I'll set it to come down to 7. I'll come down to 7, cruise at 7,000 feet for 2 or 3 minutes, and then come down at 3. And it just works out quite nicely 90% of the time, you know. So that's the habit I've got into. That's what I like to do. It's not obviously real life protocol. They probably just set it at 3 and freaking, because everything's been programmed in a million times before, so they know exactly what they're doing when. But because I'm on the fly and I've never done this particular flight or any of the particular flights before, this is just my way of making sure. But we'll level it out now, which is about right, really. So we'll level it out now and come down on the power. Set the speed to 259, which is basically the descending speed that I'm used to for the distances and everything. And yeah, that is just about right. So we'll start the descent imminently. Hopefully it won't mess it up in terms of the speed. We're pretty much there in terms of speed, and we need to get on with the descent. So I'll program that in right now. Like I say, come down to 7. And yeah, we'll now switch over to this view because we want to be at 50 miles out, which is where you can see from the radar where 50 miles would be in between the 2 dotted lines there. We want to be with the final destination at 50 miles out at 19,000 feet, so that's what I'll be looking at, and it gives me a nice reference point. So we'll keep on interior view here whilst we come down. In fact, we can go to exterior view for a minute just to well, I don't know why, but while we come down a little bit. But yeah, all good. We might be slightly high, but I don't think it's going to be too far off. Can't see the island yet. I can't see Sao Tome and Principe yet. All I can see is ocean. So yeah, how high did we get? 34. We got to 34,000 feet, so not too bad. Weather coming in. Said it was. Had a look on the weather app. It was cloud and 24 degrees at Sao Tome International Airport. And so that's where we're heading. Right, if we can see it on the map now. So let's just zoom in a bit. Yeah. Oh, in terms of... we haven't got ILS, but the runway orientation is not that far off the... how it brings us in. So obviously we're coming in west. We're coming in westbound, and the runway is. I'll have to just come out slightly south there, and then in like that. It's not a big deviation. It's literally, it'll be a last minute thing, because what I've been doing actually, something that I'm tweaking as I'm going along, is I've been deviating way too early. I've been deviating here and coming out like that. I don't need to. I can deviate like there and just come out a little bit like that. You know what I mean? I don't need to line it up fucking 40 miles out over it and go like this. I can go as far as here, you know what I mean, and then go, right, let's just line her up, you know, because the plane's pretty manoeuvrable, really. It's only a small jet. It's pretty manoeuvrable. I've done some mad swerves with 20 metres to go before I'm touching down, you know. I don't need to be lining it up 15 minutes before we touch down. Because what I do as well, what I've tended to do is like overcompensate as well. You know, I've tended to be overcompensate, so I end up like all the way down here, and then I'm like, oh, well, come all the way back because I was right to begin with. So I'm gonna come to about here, and then probably to say, all right, we're a bit offline. Let's just come out slight south and then in like that. That's gonna be the plan. I can't see the island yet visually. Let's have a look. Can you see anything? Must be through the clouds there. Must be the final destination. Through the clouds, and we are about 62 miles out, something like that. But altitude's not looking too bad, actually. Yeah, we're going to be a bit too low, but that just means we'll cruise at 7,000 for a few minutes, that's all. So it's not a big drama because we're at 20. See, when it crosses that line of 60 miles out, usually at about 25,000 feet, we're at 22.5. So, yeah, we're a little bit low. I thought actually it'd be too high. I thought, oh, I've maybe gone a bit too ambitious with the 34,000 feet. But no, it's ended up a bit too low, but it's not a problem. Keep on this interior view for the time being. Still can't see any land. Might be able to see something through the cloud there. A bit of a mountain going on there. Just about make out. Yeah, I can just about make out land over there now through the clouds. You might not be able to see it on the video, but I can just about make an island out there. Yeah, I can see a shoreline, and there's some sort of mountain on the left, but we're going nowhere near that. Yeah, 20,000 feet was still, yeah, we're going to be a bit lower, so we'll just have to cruise at 7 for a few minutes before then coming down to 3 and in. There you go. Yeah, I can see this coastline, and I can see there's a bit of a mountain there. But it's all looking pretty good. See there, we're not even 50 miles out yet. We're under 19,000 feet, so yeah, we're slightly low, but it's okay. But yeah, not been a flight for 3 days, I think. Sunday was a complete write-off. I was massively hungover. Drunk too much. Saturday night Sunday was. I didn't get out of bed till about 3 in the afternoon, and no, I was in no fit state to fire this up and press the right buttons. Yeah, Sunday was a write-off, and then Monday I woke up late and was just chilling out for a couple of hours before work. I didn't fancy firing this up. So now, here we are, Tuesday, lunchtime, and get a flight in before heading off to work in about an hour. So I had time to squeeze this flight in because, like I say, only a half an hour thing, probably 3/4 an hour all in sort of video. So I had time. And then tomorrow I'm on the early. So the potential to be a flight when I get home tomorrow, but more than likely the next one to the Republic of Congo is likely to be Thursday. But yeah, interesting couple of flights coming up because Republic of the Congo and Democratic Republic of the Congo is a really weird one. Now, you could argue about getting the helicopter out and stuff because it's literally on one side of the river. It's like a city that's split in half. I don't know the political situation that's going on, but I imagine it's a tense one. How it is it's essentially one city split in half, or at least this is how it looks on the map, right? I don't know the ins and outs, obviously. It looks like it's one city with a river running through the middle, and on one side of the river is the capital, the river is the border, basically, between the two countries. And obviously on one side of the river, it's called Brazzaville, and with an airport, which is so you've got on one side of the river it's Brazzaville and the airport is Maya, and then we'll literally take off. I don't even know how that flight's going to work. I might have to come like massively out of my way to then swing it round and come back in. It's going to be a weird flight because it's probably a total of about a mile or like half a mile or something like that from one airport to the other. But it's two different countries. So what kind of a flight that's going to be in terms of time and everything, I don't know. Flight time expected to be 90 seconds. I don't know. But I'll play it by ear. I'll be able to manoeuvre the plane round and we'll come up with some sort of a weird plan. So on the other side of the river, it's the Democratic Republic of Congo and it's Kinshasa. So on one side is Brazzaville, on the other side is Kinshasa. And that airport is Ndjili International. So we're going Maya to Ndjili International. Yeah, flight time 2 minutes. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Right, let's have a look here. We're under 10,000 feet. Let's get the lights on. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting short leg of the world tour. That one. I've got to make sure I don't. I do everything sensible. You know, I don't want to be. I'm going to have a look. Because what I might do is I might artificially make the flight a lot longer and basically sort of, I don't know, come up to 10,000 feet, do a big loop round and then come back down, you know. I'll do something sensible. I won't be like, just chill at 500 feet off the ground, go across the river and land it again because it'll end up in tears. I'll end up regretting it. Right, we're levelling out at 7 here. And just do that. Have a look here. Should we go down to 3? Are we a bit early to come down to 3 yet? I'll leave it at 7 a minute. I don't know, do you want to play it safe? I tend to always play it too safe, where I'm too low for too long, and it just feels a bit unrealistic. But it might be this. Yeah, look at that. We're coming in quite hot. Do we come down to 3 now? And then just cruise at 3. Safe. Better to be safe than sorry, sort of a thing. Let's come down to 3 now. It looks like we're coming in quite quickly, doesn't it, on the VFR map? So I'll obviously reduce the speed as well in a minute. We'll come down to 3. Right. So we won't need to deviate yet. You know, in previous flights I've been deviating now, and it's a bit unnecessary actually. I can because at the end of the day the flight plan is taking us directly to the runway, so unless you're 90 degrees onto the runway, or worse than that, you know. And then you got to be thinking about a deviation now, because you got to be really swooping a few miles in the wrong direction to come back in. But when you're pretty much lined up with the runway, I don't need to panic in this situation. I can just let it glide in, and then sort of visually, I think maybe I look at it visually, and then, you know, when we're close enough to actually see it with my own eyes, hopefully there's not too much cloud, then we can make the deviation at the last, you know, in the last 1,000 feet, really. It might be a quicker way as well, you know. I don't need to be yeah, everything's under control. I'll come down with the speed once I see the plane coming into view with this VFR map. Yeah, so we're coming into view now, just under 4,000 feet. We look low. It's hard to tell, but we're not under 2,500 feet, because it'd come up on the screens there. But yeah, it looks like we could be 500 feet off the ground, but we're not. We're at least 2.5. I'll start coming down with the speed, I think, because we look at the VFR map. We're coming in hot. So I'll come down with the speed now. As we get to 3,000, get down to landing speed. Got a bit of cloud to deal with here. Let's zoom in again on the VFR map. I'm wondering whether to take manual control now. Yeah, we'll go flaps 1. We'll go landing gear down. And I'm going to take manual control. Right. Hopefully through the cloud we can see a runway now. Start final descent now. Let's have a look here. What can we see? What can we see? Can we see a runway? Not yet. Oh, 300 feet below me, assigned altitude. Shoot me. Right, I can't see a runway yet. Is it right on the coast here? Do I need to... Yeah, I can see it. So I need to come this way. You see, this is where we'd need the deviation. Now, you know, I don't need to be deviating 50 miles out. You know what I mean? I can just come across like this. Careful on the descent as well. We don't need to be too low at this point. But yeah, I can see it now nice and clearly there. Right on the coast, literally. Can't be short of this runway. I'll be in the drink. So we'll come down flaps 2. Slowing it right down now. But yeah, we don't need to be deviating 50 miles out. You see, look, just deviate when you're within, when you can see it. Unless it's a mad, you know, unless you're 90 degrees on, then yeah, it's a bit irresponsible to do it this way. But the plane's manoeuvrable enough, you know. Everything's rendering in now. I can see exactly where we're supposed to be landing. What height are we at? Yeah, 1,300 feet off the ground. So the altimeter on the right hand side of the screen there is pretty accurate. We'll come flaps 3. Just make sure I don't come up short. This is not a flight to come up short of the runway, is it? Oh my God! Kick the power in. We're a bit low. Yeah, we're a bit low here. Right, let's go full flaps. Okay. Cabin crew seats for landing. Have we got the seatbelt signs on? We haven't, have we? I'm not messing about with that now. I'll miss the bloody runway. Get your seatbelts on. Even though the signs aren't on, just get them on. Trust me. Right, this is tricky, this. I can't. 1 metre short of the runway, yeah? We're in the drink. Don't panic. Do not panic. It's all looking Smoochy. It's all looking good. It's all looking good. No crosswind. Weather's quite good. Yeah, not a breath of wind. We're lined up nicely now. Oh. Okay. We're not exactly centre of the runway, but it'll do. That'll do us. We might have to go down to the end of the runway. It's a short runway, this, isn't it? Slightly worried about taking off from here. Yeah, it's a short runway, this one. It's gonna be, we're gonna need every inch of this runway when we take off here. Probably on Thursday. I'll probably be a bit weary on Wednesday afternoon, and only got a couple of hours of daylight. So unless I come straight home and power this straight up, which I probably won't have motivation to do. Probably be Thursday next flight. But yeah, we're gonna need beautiful scenery again. Sao Tome and Principe, we are down safe. But yeah, when we take off from here, I'm literally going to back up the wheels into that field there. I'm literally going to... You see there's a bit of a road there? Or a trail? I'm going to put the wheels on there. I am, because that's... Yeah. And we're right out over the ocean as well. Which is good in a way, because it means there's no trees or any buildings. I think that's touch and go for taking off in an Airbus A320. That's like half the length of a international runway. That's gonna be yeah, I'm gonna back up into that field. It's a good job it's ocean, actually, because there's no obstacles. You know what I mean? We don't need any obstacles, because that is going to be pretty much on the limit for taking off in this aircraft. That is pretty much the limit. It's going to be V1 and rotate as we get to the as we're on the beach. Anyway, we'll be fine. Anyway, we are down. Flight 91 is done and dusted. Even though we've done these two countries the wrong way round. Where am I going here now? What's the plan here? I'll carry on. I'll go over there. Yeah. I'll go off the next one. Yeah, I'll go off the next one. Yeah, let's go off here. Let's go off here. Smart decision. Right, let's get her parked up then. It's beautiful, isn't it, round here as well? A bit like Equatorial Guinea. Well, we're only 100 miles south, aren't we? Something like that. I don't know. Right, let's just park it up here. Idle throttles. Get the brakes on. And I reckon call it a day about here. Seems all fine to me about there. We'll do it. For flight 91, thank you for joining. Seatbelts are already... Oh no. Hey? I don't know on that one. So did I switch the seatbelts off at the beginning of the flight and then on when we got to in the air? I might have done it the wrong way around anyway. Oh, seatbelt signs are not my strong suit in this Flawless 195 World Tour. But let's have a look then. So it predicted 25 minutes. How long was it really? It was 29 minutes and 39 seconds. FOOL to FPST vicinity. Yeah, I'm not strictly speaking in a gate, so sometimes it can come up with vicinity when you're not strictly speaking where you should be parking, but you're in the area, you're in the vicinity. So it's logged it as that. But yeah, we are down. Bottom line is we are down in Sao Tome and Principe. Sao Tome International Airport. The local time is an hour behind the UK, so 26 minutes past 11 in the morning. and the outside air temperature is 24 degrees. Thank you for joining. Please do drop me a like and get yourself subscribed to the channel. Like I say, next flight is to the Republic of the Congo. Before then, the 2-minute flight to the Democratic Republic of the Congo, but I'll extend that artificially. It literally could be probably a 30-second flight. If I was like feeling like proper risky, you could probably take off, go as high as tree height, or, you know, go like, I don't know, 100 feet in the air, go across the river, turn it in and land, and probably do the entire flight in about 30 seconds. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to artificially go up and create some sort of a loop, just to make it a little bit more safe. I don't want to be taking any risks now, because we are heading towards that halfway point, and we're heading towards the Seychelles leg, which, if you don't know, if you haven't seen the Route Explainer video, the Seychelles leg is a big one, because we're getting the little aircraft out, the Dia TBM, and it's at least 3 hours each way to the Seychelles, and no runway when we get there. We've just got to land it in a field in the Seychelles, and if we hit a bush in that field, it might be world tour over. Now, I have done it in practice and got it down nicely, and then turned around and took off again in that field. But there is no runway within the sim in the Seychelles, and we're in the small little aircraft, and we're halfway through the world tour. So that's coming up in the next... Well, how many flights? We've got about another 12, 14 flights before we get to the Seychelles leg, before we get to the Madagascar, Mauritius, Seychelles situation. It's going to be an interesting situation, but before that, we've got another interesting situation. A lot of interesting situations in this leg of the African part of the world tour. Like I say, the Republic of Congo and Democratic Republic of Congo coming up next on Flawless 195 World Tour. Stay tuned. It's gonna be something a little bit different. But thank you for joining. This has been Flight 91, Gabon to Sao Tome and Principe, and we are down safely, and the world tour continues. Thank you. See you next time. Bye for now.